Do I not? Oh, I don't have a decoupler on this. Uh-oh. Oh no. And I don't think I put a heat shield on that either. This could be bad. Hello everybody and welcome back to some Kerbal Space Program. So, in this episode, we are going to try and earn a little bit more money, take on a few more contracts, and go a little bit higher. So I'm thinking, if we look at these contracts here, we have a few that are for the, where is it here? The height is, I believe it's 80,000 in here somewhere. Oh, this is to test it at launch site. So we want to do this for sure. We'll test this thingy at the launch site. This one here was to activate in suborbital trajectory, which, so the swivel guy. And this one, why am I not seeing the, oh, here we are, 80,000 to 94,000. So we'll accept that. This one is 80 to 96,000. It's also in a suborbital trajectory. This one here is the decoupler that we use quite a bit. It is also at this height, but it is in orbit around Kerbal. And so I don't know if we can actually do that yet. We probably can. We might have enough to do that yet, just barely. But I don't think I'll take this one on just yet. So this one is about orbit. This is about orbit, right? And then this is about jet planes, which I don't think we have enough stuff yet to, we can test this engine, but I don't think we can, oh wait, this is landed at Kerbal. I wonder if we could just put something right on the runway, test it, get some money, get some, so we could try that. Just test it, landed at Kerbal. So here, let's accept that one too. And then the rest of these, I don't think we can do right now. So if we go into, what is it, this building over here, this is where we make space planes, right? And if we look at our contracts, we have this basic jet engine landed at Kerbal. So the J33 basic jet engine. Basic jet engine. That's what we need to test. So let's take that, and then we probably need to put, just put one of these on here. And then we do have a cockpit. I'm curious, it's like, would that be enough to just test it, land it at Kerbal? Do we have any wheels, just so that we don't destroy everything? I don't think we have any wheels or anything like that yet. Landing strut. Yeah, we can't really do much else with this thing. So let's see what happens. Let's just take this thing out. This is the this is, what was this thing here? This is just the, yeah, this is the cockpit. So this is like the silly cockpit. There we go. And let's go launch it. It won't be controllable. Can we not put empty cockpit? So let's put Jedediah in there. Now can we launch it? There we go. Let's just see what happens with this. I hope we can. So let's just throttle it up a tiny bit. And then, so this is up, this is down. So let's go up just a tiny bit. And let's see if this will fulfill our contract, right? So landed at Kerbal, this guy here. And then we want to just, hey, that worked. we did it. And recover the vessel. We tested it. And that got us some funds. Nice. And we got some reputation. All right, cool. So yeah, we did that contract. That gives us some more money. That's what we're trying to do right now. But the next thing, the serious thing that we want to do is make a rocket to test these other things, right? So if I look into here, We don't need to worry about that one here. We don't need to worry about that one here. We have these 3 other contracts that we want to do, right? So we need to test out the stability thing, which I believe is this thing. We can't use it yet though because we have nothing to attach it to. So let's start with our normal. We got this guy here, and we want to put a parachute on top of him. We want to put a radio communications array right on here, and I want that to be straight, so let's change the rotation of it a little bit like that. And well, I guess while we're building this though too, so I had some comments here about, so Takeover Artist made a couple of comments in regards to this radio antenna here. He was saying that the transmitting data costs power, right? So we have a certain amount of electric power in this thing as well, and if we run out, we're in big trouble. So transmitting the crew reports like I did in the last one, well, that saved the data. I did it because I was thinking that let's do some science while we're up here too. I did it because I was thinking, oh man, if we crashed, then at least I saved that data. But because it does use oh, I need 2 of these because that's how I do. Because it does use electricity, maybe it's not the greatest idea. So just store that stuff. Oh, that didn't get centered on there the way I wanted it to. There we go. That looks better. That's kind of like my basic setup. Now, because this thing is going to be a bit heavier coming down, this little parachute I don't think is enough. So what I want to do is go find these parachutes, and I'm going to stick them on the sides like this, just to make sure that this thing doesn't destroy itself on the way down, just like so. And so Takeover Artist was also saying to try and make an orbit around Kerbal at 100K. I thought that 80 was good enough, but, and you know, maybe like go for 90, but 100K seems to be safe, he says, for the first kind of go around. There was a contract I saw that says to orbit at 80 though, or at least between 80 and 96 or something like that. So we'll have to do one lower at some point, I think. Also, when you do the speed up, speed down thing with the faster and lower, it causes physics issues. So when you're going out of the atmosphere, you probably shouldn't do that. And I totally agree with you on that. So we need some, I'm only going to use the kind of like we got these bigger fuel tanks now. And, but I think just for the mission that we're doing, I'm going to put one of these little guys on here. And this new swivel guy, we got to test this at high orbit, right? Or at that 80,000 orbit. So we'll put that on there, and then we'll get that decoupler guy and stick that on there. All right, so there. This is to test the swivel guy at once we're up at 80,000, between 80 and 90 or something like that, right? 80 and 94 for the swivel, right there. The next thing that we need to do then is test this other guy, this solid flea booster, which is this guy here. So we'll stick him on. So he's the next thing that we need to test, and then we'll stick this on here, so that gives us another way to stage off whatever's up below that. And then let's reset this. And now let's now we got to get up. So we need a bunch of these guys. Whoop, wrong button. So I'm thinking maybe like 4 of these and another one of those swivel guys. Swivel, like that. Oh, Takeover Artist also said that I should do goo experiments and Science Junior experiments in the water, so there's more places to do that. I hadn't done it in the water yet, so I'll have to definitely check that out. And okay, so that's all of that, but we need to get up there. I did a little bit of testing just for thrust, so this isn't going to be enough to get us into orbit, or at least get us into suborbit. So what I want to do is put these guys on here, maybe at about this level, and then I need some more of these guys. So we'll put them on here, and one of these on here, and whoop, where are we here? I need the swivel guy again. So this will give us a bunch of boost to get up off the ground. And we have some new parts now too, right? We can actually put these aerodynamic cones on here, so that helps with the speed. And we've got these winglets, which I think should go right on here in the center. And we want to make sure that they're also rotated so that they're straight. I think that looks good. All right, so we've got a decent looking rocket here. I also thought that, let's see, yeah, so, yeah, we're over parts, so we're gonna have to upgrade this building. But let's just finish building this little guy. Let's put a few more of these kind of like right on here as well. Is that straight on? Probably want them to be kind of lined up a bit with those ones behind it as well, don't we? So let's just, oops. Let's try and line those up like that. Okay, I think that looks good. I'm liking it. Probably needs to go up a little bit though, huh? Like that. I think that still looks good. Cool, cool. All right, so there we go. We've got enough on here to, I think, get it up. But one of the other things that we need to test is this launcher thing. So let's grab this guy and put him kind of closer to the ground. And zoom out. Okay, so that's in the ground. Let's go like that. And then let's take this guy and we want to stick, woo, I only want one. Let's just stick him right there so he holds him in place. I'm hoping that that doesn't cause a problem. We'll see. So anyhow, so this is kind of what we need to test, right? So this thing here, I can't actually right click on it for some reason. This thing here though is the launch stability dealie, right? So we got that on there. This T-35 swivel engine is the one that's under this guy, and this flea is this guy right here. So I think we have everything on the ship. Now these two things have to happen. So we can't use any of this until we get to 80,000. This thing will get tested right away. So this should give us a bunch more money. So let's, oh, we didn't save a name to this thing. So let's call this the to sub-orbit. Save that. Now if I try and go out here, it's gonna tell me that I have too many parts. So we've got some moolah, and I think it was Mad Mike that said that a good thing to upgrade would be this launch pad. For sure, we're going to have to do that too, but this one is 225, so let's upgrade that. We still have 85 left, so we actually could upgrade this one as well. Now, this only allows us a certain size. I bet you this thing weighs too much to even take it out there too. So let's just check on, okay, Jebediah, if I try and launch this, yeah, see, we weigh too much now to get this thing up. So we can also, if we head back over here, upgrade this guy. So there, now we've got an upgraded launch pad. Thank you, Mad Mike. He also says he expects great things from this series, and I hope to not disappoint. But yeah, so now we can do lots more parts. We've got this basic actions available. I'll have to look into that and see what that's all about. But yeah, so we've upgraded this now once, upgraded this once. I don't think we've upgraded this yet. No, we haven't done that one yet. We have upgraded, or maybe no, we haven't done that one, I don't think. We have done this one, we haven't done that, we have done this one, right? And we haven't done this one yet. So lots of stuff still to upgrade, but I think we got the basic ones to get us up into space. So let's try this out. So we've got ourselves a nice looking rocket. It's all saved. I'm going to throw Jebediah in here again just because I like being able to use the SAS right now. Eventually we're going to have a 3-person capsule, I think, which will help us get some more experience for these guys. So if we head out to the... You can't afford to launch this vessel. This costs 21,000. Oh no! How much money do we have? Only have 10,000. Uh-oh. Is there anything we can do to earn some money? Ferry, somebody, I don't know how these ones work. Perform a survey. Over Kerbal. Test the radial mount parachute over Kerbal. Radial mount parachute. I think that's the one that we placed on here. Test the decouple in orbit and then do an orbit. So we've got, let's just double check here. If we go back into here, I think these things here, yeah, that's the radial mount parachute. How much does that give us? Test the radial mount parachute. I can't see the price tag anymore. Probably have to go to, darn it. I thought I had this all figured out. Active contracts, test the radial mount parachute. Completion, that gives us enough money to launch our other craft. So if we just do a really quick, let's just make sure that we know. So if this guy's saved, let's load up a really simple ship, like science. This was something, yeah, this guy's really simple, and it's got the science module and stuff on here too. So let's just see what happens if we take our, this one, it did crash. This is actually not a bad test. So if we go radial mount and we make 2 of them, just because I think this is a good, I want it to be aerodynamic and stuff as well. So we put that on there on either side. Okay, now that allows us to test that. So now if we say save the updated science module, let's make sure that we've got Jeb. I wonder if we can just put Bill in there for this one. What was the contract? Was it just test it at an altitude of 6,000 to 8,000 meters? No, we're going to take Jeb just to make sure that we can do this. Okay. Let's launch this baby on our upgraded launch pad. So we're going to go full throttle and fire this thing off. So we're just trying to get to, let's bring up our contracts. We're trying to get to a height of radial mount parachute 6,000 to 8,000. Turn on my SAS, 6,000 to 8,000. Let's just launch this thing up. It's 1,000. Oh, we need to slow it down. We're at 300 meters per second. Launch this baby up. And actually, this probably turn it a little bit over to the waterway. 6,000. Let's just try and turn it so that we're going that way. 8,000. Okay, we're past, so we're gonna have to come back down and then launch it. So let's just whoop, look at how this thing is going. Okay, that's in the water. So let's just cut that off. Oop. Killed the thrust. Nope, killed the thrust. Oh, I should have killed the thrust before. Ah, we're going up. Okay, so if I, come on, turn this thing off. Okay, we're gonna make a longer trip than I was expecting here. We're getting up to 27,000 meters because this, I forgot to turn off the thrust before I disconnected that module. So we're thrusting away. There we go. Now it's off. Okay, so let's turn this guy around so that we're coming back in the way we want to come back in. I guess it's time to do some science while we're up here too. So let's do, at 28,000, we'll observe this bay. We will collect the data. We will observe this goo. And we will collect the data. Not very much. I think we might have done it already here. And then let's close this back up. I wonder, are we still going up or are we going back down now? Okay, we're at the height. I wonder if I can get out here and do an EVA. I'm not going to risk it. So let's just, we're coming back in. We're coming back down now. Let's just keep this thing on target. And I can probably speed this up a little bit now. Let's keep this thing on target. Okay, let's not go too fast on re-entry. Okay, yeah, so we should be getting to the point where the flames come. Reset goo canister. Alright, here we go. Coming in. Let's keep this thing lined up. Now at 6,000 to 8,000 we have to... So I'm going to keep an eye on this. And when it's safe to deploy, we'll just deploy everything. Okay, 7,000. Unsafe, unsafe, unsafe. 6,000. Shit. Oh, we didn't do it. Did we do it? Set distance record. No, we didn't do it. I waited too long because it was unsafe. Ah. So I guess we should have had them on a separate... I'm going to turn this thing around. We needed to have it on a separate... Oh, come on. Oh, no. It's all backwards and upside down. Ah. Can I get it back upright? I don't think I can. Okay. They have to deploy maybe fully first. So yeah, so it looks like, there we go. Now they, hopefully they turn around. There we go. Maybe they're too low. Yeah, looks like they're too low. It's coming down on its side. But anyhow, so this will, let's just speed this up a little bit to get back down to the ground. 7, 8, come on. All the way back to the water. And then here, and then what I'll do is just collect this guy back up. That's funny. Now we've done the water, I think, already with the... Or have we done the water? No, we haven't done the water yet. So I'm going to land back into the water here. And we kind of far away from our base, which is way over there. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Ah, la la la. Come on. Get down to the ground. 15, 14, 13. Slow it down so that we touch. 6, 5, 4. Okay, so we're gonna hit the water. And there we go. I think we're fine. We landed nicely. And so now while we're here, we can do some goo experiments on the water. Right, so we get that data. And I don't think this guy's facing the wrong way. I can't get to him right now, so we'll have to do that one again another time. And why don't we do an EVA with you? Okay. Oh, come on, get up to the surface. Okay, and then we'll do an EVA report with you in the water. Collect that data. Can I store it? Crew report. No. Okay. Oh, I didn't do a crew report before I got in. Let's see if I can. Or before I got out. Can I get up on top of this? No, because it's upside down. All right. Well, we can do more of that other kind of research later. We got a bunch of stuff here, so let's recover. That'll just bring us Jeb back. That gives us some data, some stuff. How much money do we have? We have enough money to run that other run now. But we still didn't do the... Oh, we can do the parachutes with the other ship. So that was enough, actually, to... How did we get that money? What did we complete? Set a distance record. And we tested the rocket engine, which we already knew about. So discard that. So we have enough money to do the other launch now. So that's kind of all we wanted to do. Let's go and recover... where is it here? Actually, there's probably a bunch... Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. So we definitely want to recover the science. So let's recover him. And that gives us a bunch more science. our parts back. Okay, and then we also have this other debris, so I guess we should probably recover that and that and that. That was from our one we did a while back. I didn't even know this stuff was in here, actually. So yeah, we covered all that stuff and head back in. Whoop, whoa, that was close. Weird. Okay, so now we have enough money, though, that we should be able to launch this other spacecraft, right? So we don't need to do this one anymore. We can load up our 2 suborbit. Load. And we'll have this guy test these ones out. So that means we need to remember that those things need to be able to be deployed separately. So if I take these ones, put them here, we'll deploy them first, and then we'll deploy these ones, right? So this way we can deploy these ones when we're at the higher altitude, and then deploy this one at the end. That way, at least if these ones explode, we'll have another one to slow us down. Hopefully it'll be enough to slow us down. And also, I'm wondering if we should put, now that we know how this thing kind of like turns around, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it on the front instead, so that the weight is on the front. And these guys, let's see, let's put them up a little higher, like right there. There we go. So they're a little bit higher. Maybe that'll help with the weight distribution when the parachutes come out. And hopefully this will mean that this part stays face up. That's my goal anyway. So let's save this guy now. And let's see if we can get this guy up to do the other contracts. So what do we have left for contracts? Well, first of all, let's just see. Can we launch this baby? Okay, we can get it onto the pad. And there's a good start. And we have this guy ready to go. So we're going to set it to full throttle. We're going to turn on the SAS. I'm going to go to the menu or the world first, so that we kind of are ready to do our work. All right, and we're ready to go. Let's bring up our contracts so we can see how we're progressing. We don't need to worry about that. We have the flea, we have the swivel, and we have the launch stability, and we have the radial melt. So we can do all of these with this launch. All right, so we're ready to go, I think. Let's just double check this first, then these, then that. Oh, no. I want those all to go together. So those all go together, then those, then that, then that, then that, right? Yeah, that, then that. Oop, this has to go all the way down here too. Well, this would have been a bad launch. Then those, then that, then those parachutes, then that parachute. All right, so I think we're good. That's how we want to do this. I can't save that. If I have to restart this, it'll have to be done again, because for whatever reason I can't save it here. I have to go back to the Space Center to do that. But I think we can do this in one shot. So we have the SAS on, we have full throttle, we have our contracts up, ready, set. Oh, I'm nervous. 3, 2, 1, fire! SAS is on, going up fast. Once we get to around 300, I'm going to slow it down. And whoop, I waited too long. I hope I didn't wait too long. Okay, let's slow that down. Because I don't want this thrust here, or like this will slow, the friction slows us down as well, right? So this hopefully won't have chewed up too much of that to get us up. And we're trying to get up to this darker area here before we go to full thrust again. So I can slow it down, save some more fuel, stay at around the 300 mark. We're getting up there. Oh, we want to stay at the 300 mark. So let's speed this up a little bit. We're almost out of fuel here. Okay, once we get into here, okay, so we're almost there. We're almost out of fuel on these ones on the side. So now, I think once these guys run out of fuel, Actually, let's go full throttle. Not launch those off. We're going to stay going straight up. I want to get up to 80,000. Now I know that going to the side for orbit and stuff is at like 45-degree angles at some point. I've been playing with that, but I can't get quite high enough with my ships at the moment. So we're just going to go straight up with this. We're going through the fuel like crazy. 60,000. Come on, let's get us up to 80, 80, 80, 80. And cut the engines. So how much fuel do we have left? We have a little bit of fuel left here. So if we don't quite make it. All right, so let's just make sure that we're staying at 80. Let's bring this guy up here. And at this point now, I'm going to turn the ship so that we're on the horizon. So that when we do this burn, we'll just go further out to the side, not up. Like that. I'm going to stay on this trajectory. And this guy is coming on up. We're still at 80,000, so we want to get up to here. Where we got these two guys here. We need to get between 80 and 90, 80 and 90. So we could have gone up a little bit higher. I hope that I didn't cut it too early. 80,000. So we come back in. And once we get to 80,000, I'm going to hit the gas on just a little bit's left on this, then launch it off. And then we'll hit the gas on this guy, which should give us that. And we'll hit the gas on, like, let that burn for a while. And then we'll hit the gas on that guy. So maybe actually we should keep it not quite. Let's keep it about here. Okay, so 80,000. So let's go full burn again until we're out of fuel. We're still at 80,000. Burn that. That contract's done. Bring that in. When this guy runs out of fuel, launch that off. Hit this guy. That launches that contract. So we got those two. Let's look at this guy here. Let's see how we're doing on a... How close could we have gotten to an orbit? Are we out of fuel? Yeah, we're out of fuel. So we can now get rid of that. Oh, no! Oh no! Did we just launch those? Can I move those up? Oh, I think we just launched those. Oh, you're not gonna get those. We're gonna have to do those another time. Arg, 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 arg. You probably guys saw that. So anyhow, we're on a downward trajectory now. Those things are falling to the ground. We did pretty good though. We didn't get that radial one. We got all these other ones. This one's probably going to be easy to do anyway, because I'm probably going to use those parachutes again. So now let's just... I want to... Do I not? Oh, I don't have a decoupler on this! Uh-oh. Oh no. And I don't think I put a heat shield on that either. This could be bad. We'll see how this goes. I was trying to go too quick, because I was running low on the time. But let's see what happens. Let's speed this up. Whoop. Okay. Whoop. Get back into the orbit. I went a little bit too fast on this one. Okay, let's turn that back down. I have a bad feeling about this. Are we gonna survive? Oh, and we have that freaking parachute. The radio parachutes were destroyed because they were already out. But I still have the other parachute, but this thing is going to be heavy. I have a bad feeling that this is going to blow up. Hopefully it doesn't blow up everything, it just blows up the stuff on the bottom. So let's zoom in on this. We still got this parachute. It's unsafe to deploy. So we wait until it says it's safe. Oh! That didn't work well. All right, so we're going to revert that to vehicle assembly. And we're going to try that again. And I'm going to fix this up. We're going to start here at the next episode, basically with fixing the problems. I know what the problems were. I just rushed it a little bit too fast. Sorry about that, guys. Basically, I needed to put the heat shield underneath here. I need to make sure that I have this done properly. Well, it looks like it was done properly. I don't know what happened there, but I don't have a decoupler anyway. I need a decoupler for this assembly piece to disconnect and the heat shield. But I think other than that, it was perfect run. So we'll get another chance to do these guys here. But I'm going to leave it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next episode.